to Men with Purpose. My name is Nigel and I am your host.
My name is Colme Thomas and I'm your co-host for today.
So today we have a guest and we're just going to give him the chance to introduce himself.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me here. My name is Majok Maken from South Sudan, and I'm a pharmacist.
Okay. So the conversation we're going to be having today is why is it that a lot of young men are choosing to do drugs? Why is it a lot of young men are choosing to abuse substances? And one of the topics we're going to be discussing is what is leading to these young men choosing to opt for drugs, choosing to use substances rather than trying to confront whatever which is causing them to use the drugs. So, Majuk, if we can start this conversation, what do you think? Okay, or how do we define what is a drug?
Yeah, a drug is a solid dosage form. It can be solid, it can be liquid,
Yeah.
and it can also be a gas, which is taken into the body to cause an effect. It can be an effect to deal with the disease in the body, or an effect that is actually adverse, that is actually not going to deal with the disease. As long as it is in solid or liquid or gaseous form and introduced into the body. But initially, drugs are supposed to solve the disease that is in the body.
Okay.
That's why they are supposed to be taken, and that is what a drug is. Yes.
Okay. So, according to the definition, he said, what is a drug? He's saying a drug is something which is taken by people, and it can be in form of solid, liquid, or gaseous state. And there's something which he mentioned that drugs are actually supposed to be helping people, but the problem nowadays is the drugs which the young people are using, or the drugs which the young people are taking. They are not drugs which are going to let's say help them from a problem. Let's say if someone was sick, they take a drug to make them feel better. They're taking these drugs to alter their state, to change the way they feel. Let's say maybe to get happy or to get intoxicated or something like that. So Thomas, what do you think is one of the reasons why young people end up taking drugs?
Most of all, like by my past and friends and all that, I've had many people who take drugs and all that.
Okay.
But most of the times maybe hunger, anxiety, all that. So when you take it, you just forget your problems. And most times it's those drugs from the pharmacy places can be like painkillers. They can buy painkillers after they take it for the whole crate of it. Then they take it in. Now that's what causes for them to be high and all that.
Okay. Majuk, what do you think is one of the reasons why? Because there are a lot of young men out there. If we are going to honestly be speaking, there are a lot of young men out there who are abusing drugs or abusing substances. What do you think is one of the reasons which lead to these young people taking drugs?
Yeah, the drugs, the pharmacists, we formulate the drugs
Okay.
to solve the diseases in the body, right? We solve the conditions that are not normal to the body. And the reasons why most of the young men take the drugs, people are suffering from depression. People are having unattended emotions. People are having peer pressure. So you find that you are in a group of, say, 5 to 4 members. You find in the group you have most of the members, let's say 3, and you are the 4th. Most of them are taking alcohol. And you feel like when you are going to a club and you don't take the alcohol, you order a soda instead, you feel left out of the place. Most of the things, some people get, some of the young men take drugs because of the group that they are in. Others take the drugs just to get relief from the depression that they are facing. For example, if I'm to take, let's say, dopamine injections, right? And these things,
Dopamine injections.
these
Did
things,
you just say dopamine injections?
yeah, like
There are people who are using this stuff.
the dopamine injection.
That's the first
Yes,
time I'm
yes.
hearing of something like this.
So people are actually taking it, and it's one of the challenges we are facing
Oh.
as the pharmacists. When we are going to give this drug, it's majorly due to, let's say, somebody has come having a low heartbeat rate, somebody is having heart diseases like low heart rate beat, low heartbeat, right? So we have to introduce this hormone into the body to cause excitation to the body, so that the body functions to the maximum, high metabolic activity, so that the body can function. And you'll find that a depressed young man is taking this injection for what it was not generally initially generated for. Like
Okay.
you find somebody is taking an injection to escape that depression that they're feeling. Dopamine is also causing excitation to the
Yeah,
brain.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they want to escape that depression. They want to feel happy, but in these ways of taking the drug for what it was not initially introduced for.
Okay.
If I'm to be honest, I think this is like that's my first time
Yeah.
like ever in my life. Of course, I know what is dopamine, but as for like dopamine injections, that's like the first time in my life I've
Yeah,
actually heard about something called dopamine injection. And if there's something which I picked out from what you were saying, one is you mentioned that one of the reasons why the young people out there they end up using drugs is because of like the situations in their life. Let's say because they're depressed, they have like
Yeah.
anxiety,
Uh-huh.
and things are not just like going well in their life. Let's say maybe they're stressed. It's like one of
Yeah.
the reasons why they end up to like abusing substances. And then two, one of the points which I picked out from what you were saying like the environment, the people are like around them.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to like end up influencing them having to like take drugs. It's like what he was saying in a friend group. If most of the, let's say in a friend group, if most of their friends are taking drugs, they're drinking beer, they're drinking alcohol, it's actually going to end up that the other guy who's not taking alcohol, they're also going to be pushed because their other friends, their environment, in their circle, all of them are like doing the same thing. So just like you were saying that people are going to like drink beer and you can't just like be yourself doing what you're doing. Like you're just going to be the guy who's holding
Yeah,
a drink whilst your other friends are like drinking beer. So I think that's like one of the reasons which you mentioned that the environment, the people who you associate with, they can actually end up dictating whether you're going to end up taking drugs or you're not.
Yeah. And about
Yo.
your point of the environment also,
Yes.
Yeah.
you find that you are in an environment that is very cold.
Yeah.
And you have probably heard somebody saying that I'm feeling too cold and the blanket is not doing its job. Even the fireplace is not doing its job. So this thing is also known to force some people to take in like a cigarette. You find that's where now
Yeah.
they are getting to smoke to feel that internal heat. It's something they are doing for today because the weather is cold today. But the body is going to like always demand it when you feel cold. The first step,
Okay.
the first thing that comes to your mind is like, yeah, the cigarette actually worked. Let's try it again today. So you find that you're taking it daily and it becomes your thing now.
Becomes a
yeah, it
habit,
becomes
becomes an
habit, yeah.
addiction.
Yeah, now let me ask the question like what does dopamine?
Yeah, dopamine.
Like in
It's
simple terms, like simple terms.
in simple terms, it is a natural occurring hormone, like in our body.
That causes
So
happiness.
for it, the brain actually releases it in times of happiness. Dopamine, also serotonin, those hormones.
Happiness. Causes
The
happiness.
brain actually introduces them to your body. It's a reward system of the body. Let's say you have done something today, you have read your books, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you have worked and you have earned money from your business. The brain is going to reward you to feel happy. You feel excited for the
Excited.
success that you actually got.
That's
So
dopamine.
you will the brain will secrete that hormone, and that's why you find that you're having the excitement after the success that you have got. So this thing, the pharmacists have also done now the formulation basing on the body needs. The same hormone now is being produced chemically and introduced to the body for those ones who are lacking it, those who have the inability to to produce that dopamine themselves. So you find when somebody is having low heart rate, it has to be introduced to cause excitation to the body so that the body can continue normally. So
like no, so that means like most of our people are just like they were just want the dopamine just like that by taking the drugs and all that.
it's one of the few examples I have given.
Mm.
It causes yes excitement. There's another one which is there are so many substances that the teenagers are abusing. We start from
Okay.
alcohol itself. There is another one I hear of called ecstasy, but that one we don't.
Ecstasy.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
Okay.
a brand name to it. Yes.
Okay.
So there are so many. You find there's cannabis, the marijuana. Yeah, you'll find the painkillers. We give opioids. We give painkillers
Okay.
for people who are having pain to the brain, right? So the young people tend to take this like in the places where we don't need them. Somebody's
Okay.
complaining of, say, he's having a lot of headache, severe headache. So we are going to give opioid, like a painkiller.
Okay.
That painkiller, we shall give a prescription. Say somebody is 20 years, right? We tell them you take three tablets, three tablets in a day. That is every after 6 hours. But somebody is going an extra mile to take, let's say, 6 tablets in a day. That is
It's not like
obviously
excess.
overdose.
yeah.
That's not like
Excess,
That's
overdosing.
obviously going to cause harm to your body. And
Yeah.
remember, it's a drug that is going to deal with the brain. So that thing is going to cause some highness. You know, you will feel
Dizziness.
dizziness, and that's what people call high
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
our
yeah.
modern day, like generation Gen Z. So
Yeah.
somebody wants to feel high again. So somebody is going to lie to the pharmacist. Please, I am having headache today. Let me have that drug you gave me last
Okay.
time. This time for a different purpose because they felt high last time because of the high dose that they took. So they end up now requesting for it all the time to get that feeling, you know. So that's
Yeah.
where
Okay. So if there's something which we have like highlighted here is what are some of the reasons which young people end up taking drugs? So we looked at what are some of the reasons which make young people to start using drugs. So moving on to the next topic which we're going to be discussing here, what are some of the pressures which lead young men out there to take drugs? So the first topic which we discussed is why are most of the young men out there choosing to take drugs rather than confronting the situation or the problems they face? So, Majuk, what do you think are some of the pressures which are causing the young men out there to
yeah.
take drugs?
Actually, men, we are built different. We have a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
we have
Go.
a lot of stress on our shoulders,
Yeah,
right?
Okay. Yeah, that's
A
actually
lot, a
true.
lot. That's true.
I actually also agree.
We have probably heard of somebody telling you that man, be a man, and in
Yeah.
times of in tough
Yeah.
times, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's give an example. An example: you are having your business, right?
Mhm.
And your business is not turning out well, and you have some things you are taking care of. Like let's say you are the first son, right? You have siblings, right, who look up to you, and the your prime source of income is not giving you what
Okay.
you
Yeah.
need to actually take care of the rest, right? So you'll find that you're having that pressure. People are looking up to you, but you can't care.
Yeah.
You can't care for them, and that's why you'll find that today people have actually requested me for a lot of support, but I couldn't handle it. And you will not allow yourself to be in that condition the whole night. So somebody is like, let me have a glass of liquor, man, like for
Yeah.
today, and so that I forget all this, you know.
With
So
these
somebody is going to take
problems.
alcohol,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
the night will be like you will have escaped all the problems.
Okay.
So this thing is not going to happen once. You will be failed by your business. You will be
Recurring. It's
failed by
going to
your
be
class,
recurring.
right?
Yes.
You will be failed by other activities that you're doing. So if you are opting for alcohol on a daily basis, your body will get used to it, and you will end up demanding the same alcohol every time you meet the same situation. So this is one of the major problems or major pressures that is actually forcing the young men of today to take the drugs. The other ones we mentioned are the group that we are in, the
Okay. The
environment that we
environment.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yes.
The
environment that
environment.
we are in. So
Mhm.
that's basically what is facing, like is forcing the young people to
Okay.
take the
So you
drugs.
say something about like pressure. Let's say, especially since you said like as a man, you're going to feel some kind of pressure. Let's
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
example you're giving that. Let's say your business is like failing, and it's not something which you're just going to like fix overnight
yeah. You
because
can
your
fix it
business is
overnight.
failing, things
Yeah.
are not like working out,
Yeah,
and then you said, you know what? For me to just like forget about the problems I have, like these problems which I have, maybe if I like drink alcohol, if I like drink beer, I'm going to like forget about
About the
all of
stuff.
my problems at least for this whole night.
yeah,
So that's one thing which you're highlighting there, that stress and like problems, they are one of the reasons why people have to like end up, because no one just wakes up and saying, you know what, I think I'm just going to like start doing drugs, I'm going to like start drinking, I'm going to start smoking, or I'm going to start inhaling anything or injecting any drugs
yeah,
into my blood.
yeah.
So it's like what you said, it's some of the conditions or the current situations which are happening in people's lives. It's like what you say that someone whose business is like failing, it's going to be stressful. It's going to like stress them out. Let's say maybe at school things are not working out well for you. Let's say with your family, you have problems, relationships with your family, and it's not something which you can just like fix overnight. Let's say maybe it's like stressing you, it's weighing you down, and you then end up deciding that, you know what, maybe if I like take drugs, if I like take substances, I can escape. So, what do you think are like some of
Yeah,
the
even Mary, you've probably heard of guys complaining of
yes,
the heartbreak, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
so somebody can be
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
can be
yeah, yeah.
heartbroken, right?
A lot,
yeah,
a lot.
And somebody can complain about that pain being too much for them to handle. You've probably heard of men talking about that, you know, the things are not going right in our relationship.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this girl, man, she left me, and right now I'm in immense pain. You find somebody is like lamenting like that. So
Uh-huh.
people have already been informed that when you take alcohol, when you take some cigarette, when you take that cocaine, right? You are going to escape all that, and you will be in some other world for at least a few hours.
Few hours.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
somebody is like,
yeah.
why can't I do this? Why can't I
And
go
it's
for
just
this?
like
Yeah,
temporary. It's not
yeah,
something
and
that's going to
that's
like last for a long time.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
That's
and
permanent.
Yeah.
problems are
Mhm.
just like a quotation. Problems are just like pregnancy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
it is small. You cannot notice it for the first like
But you
stages,
then see
but
it
Uh-huh. That's
later.
it will
It's
obviously
been
show, right?
increasing.
So
Yeah.
today you can say that let me take just a
Uh,
bottle, let's say 500 ml or
yeah.
less
Then you keep
of
on
alcohol.
saying, let me
Yeah, let me
take
take,
more. I need
That's a
and
good
then it
example,
is
man.
going to build into your body, and then you find out you're going for
addicted.
something.
You're
Yeah,
actually now
yeah,
addicted.
yeah, something.
So if there's something which I've actually, well, if let's say a conclusion which I've sort of made whilst we are having this conversation, especially when concerning the problems which a lot of young men are facing. It's like we said, example that stress, problems, family, relationships, and even your personal life. Let's say you have a business, you're in school, things are not working out well. There's now like too much pressure. So what I've seen here is the reason why people, especially when faced with stress and personal life struggles, the reason why they end up using drugs.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the failure to confront the problems. It's just like, let's say I'm in school, I can say that, you know what, engineering mathematics is like very difficult for me. Let's say maybe I'm not like understanding it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you say, you know what, I think this is like too much. I think the only way I can escape from this disappointment and stress is, let's say maybe if I drink or smoke, or that's like an escape. But that's like for a few hours.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah,
even going
yeah.
to like fix the problem. So what we're saying is young men, the reason why they are taking drugs is they're trying to escape. They're looking for an easy way to escape their
Escape
problems.
their problems.
And
Yeah,
what you're
exactly.
saying is that with you trying to escape your problems by just like taking those drugs, drinking alcohol, injecting stuff into your blood or inhaling stuff, it's just like a shortcut and that's like temporary. After the drugs finish, you're going to become sober. And once you're sober, reality is going to kick in that, you know what?
yeah,
The books are not going to read themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
business is not going to run itself. And it's going to like add more stress to you that, you know what? Yesterday I was high on drugs. I was just like happy for that moment.
for
But
that
now
moment.
I'm
Yeah,
back sober again. What do I now have to do? I have to look for more drugs.
yeah,
And you keep on taking more drugs. And then what's going to happen? Just like what you said, you're going to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
become dependent.
yeah. You
You're
would,
going to become addicted. And
Mm.
once you're addicted to drugs, you're now a slave,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. Like you now feel like you have to take them. You can't like survive without like injecting something into your bloodstream. And there's some data which we have here. And according to research by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, they're saying around 316 million people worldwide
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
used drugs in 2023. That's like 1 in 17 people in adults. 316 million people in
yeah,
2023 worldwide are using drugs. 1
That's
in 17 adults.
that is
yeah,
too much,
yeah.
bro.
Those numbers, yeah, they are good. The numbers are actually real. Why?
Yeah.
Because when we are talking of drugs, we often look at something big. For example, we mentioned some in our conversation. We talked of dopamine. We
Yeah.
talked of
Yeah,
ecstasy.
yeah, yeah.
We talked of marijuana. We talked of cigarettes, alcohol, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody's like, those are the drugs. But drugs are simple. Like even in the energy drinks you take, there is a caffeine in it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you are also consuming the drug in a way that you do not know that you are
You're
consuming
not
the drug.
understanding it.
Yeah. So these numbers is like they are real, and people are highly depending on drugs
Mm.
for for instances where they are not needed. We need to use drugs for instances where they are needed. For example, when there's a disease that is in our body and we want to treat it, when we have, let's say, cuts on the skin, we need antibiotics,
It's
isn't
like
it?
the medicinal
yeah.
drugs.
We need antibiotics. But
Okay.
somebody is pregnant, right? He's having back pain.
Mm.
A pregnant woman or a man who has got into a serious accident is having joint pain, and or he has got a fracture. We give them, let's say, tramadol capsule. We give them tramadol injection to get rid of that pain because it's too much for somebody to handle, isn't it? But we are giving it in a controlled manner. We are giving it in a subscribed form, something we know that is healthy for the human
So
consumption.
going to like cause
Then
any consequences.
the young people are now going to come in. Somebody is taking the tramadol capsule. You find is mixing tramadol capsule, let's say 3 of them or 4 in juice, and they're taking it, right? And later they want to have that feeling of highness. Somebody wants to like feel the happiness, and it was not what it was originally invented for. We invented it for pain relief, immense pain. Somebody is taking it and it's going to later have side effects. For example, when you take that drug, you have days without visiting the toilet. Where is that stuff going? The food that you're eating, where is it going?
That's my
You see-
first time hearing something like that.
You see,
Bro,
you are by then
Yeah,
intoxicating your body,
Okay.
and then your brain, your body is demanding for it the more. So you are not going to excrete the waste; they are going to be stuck in your body, and then the body is becoming dependent on that drug. So it has a lot of side effects, and they are not actually supposed to be used without permission from us, the pharmacists. We have to first prescribe for you, and we know when it is going to stop, and we know the amount of the amount of drug we are giving you is controlled, and it will not have such side effects into your body, isn't it? It's when you introduce that drug into your body, it has to go and do a particular function. When it does not find a function, it goes to look for other things to do in the body, isn't it? Yeah. So the numbers are real, and people are using drugs for what they were not originally invented for. Yeah.
yes.
And we like, I have been like in our country, many people are suffering from tramadol. Tramadol is like-
what's tramadol?
What this guy was saying, like, it's like a
Yeah,
painkiller.
tramadol is a painkiller.
You know, that's like my first time hearing of a
Green,
drug like this.
It's green in color.
Okay.
Then you just open it. Then after you pour it in the juice, sometimes then you drink. Now when you drink it, there's one time I was sitting down with someone. Then he was explaining how that thing affects and all that the stomach. That makes the stomach small. Then now you not go and eat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like it makes it small. Now you feel like you're satisfied, but you're not satisfied. Like you won't eat when you take it. There are, like many people are suffering from our country from it. Now when you go now, you have like kidney failure, those effects and all that. And if you're not careful, man, I heard that many people have been dying because of it.
So what's like one of the reasons why people, because that you say tramadol.
Tramadol.
Okay, so you said it like makes someone not to have like an appetite for food.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why people are taking it is to not like feel hungry.
it's actually supposed to be for the pain relief, relief
Okay.
from pain. But when you take it, just like we said, when a drug is introduced into the body, it has to go and look for the site that is having the effect. That's why it is going to work on. For example, if you are taking an antibiotic, let's say we are giving you ampiclox, right? You are having a wound, probably having a wound somewhere, isn't it? You are having some microbial infection. So the drug is going to move to that specific area where it is going to work. Now, say you are taking tramadol capsule, you do not have any pain in your body,
everything.
right? That drug is going to accumulate. It's going to go enter into your bloodstream, and then it has to move inside the body, and it's going to affect many areas of your body.
Yeah.
And that's why you'll find now the stomach muscles are shrinking. That's why people are complaining, it's making my stomach small. I'm not having appetite. Say your stomach is small. You will not have appetite because it's the expansion of the stomach that will actually give the enteric nervous system like signals that this person has nothing in the stomach, right? And then you will feel hungry, and then you will go and look for something to eat. If the stomach is not stimulated, then there will be no use. So one of the effects it is causing is it actually cuts those stimulations of the enteric nervous system that will command you. You need food. You need to go and eat. So if it cuts it, then you will not find any need for food. Somebody is going 7 days without having it. Somebody is not excreting waste from the body, and you will find that there is intoxication in the body. That is one of the few drugs that
And even
people
the
are
problem,
misusing.
the
Yeah.
problem is that they take in large amount, like the whole set. They can take it, put all of it. Let's say maybe how many are you supposed to take?
Tramadol capsule is actually so minimized. If
Yeah.
it depends on the pain that you have. For example, if you are having just say a simple fracture, you are not supposed to take more than three capsules a day. No, you're supposed to take it one in the morning, in the evening, depending on the pain. But you're not supposed to go to more than three. You're not supposed to go more than three. For example, if it is an injection, we give you binary daily. We give you in the morning and in the evening. Somebody is introducing, let's say, 200 ml of that into the vein, and that one is going directly into the bloodstream at once.
Sick.
Yet it is
Bro,
supposed to be
it's
controlled.
crazy.
If you are to take
Crazy,
it,
man.
let's say we are giving you 100 ml in the morning, we are
Yeah.
giving you 100 ml in the evening. But somebody is combining three, is having 300 ml, and all that is going to the body. So you can see clearly that is not what us, the pharmacists, that's not what we recommend. But people are using it because somebody took 100, they felt high for a moment, they want to go beyond, they want to go extreme this time. Somebody is now going to take 150,
Wow.
and the body keeps like demanding for what made it feel like, for what made it excited, right?
Excited,
Yeah, just like the way you can have a business and then you get reward, you become happy. So what makes you happy is what you go on to do the more, right? Yes, I won, I succeeded in my exams. Let me read harder so that I can go beyond this.
Again.
So if you are getting those rewards, if you are getting excitement somewhere else, how is that purpose? How is the business you are doing? How is the family that you are managing? How is the education? How is it going to make you happy yet you are having another source?
Another fund
And this is why it kicks in. You are losing purpose as a man because you are getting another reward, another excitement from somewhere else that is not authentic, that is not having purpose in it. So you are supposed to get purpose by doing the daily wins, by the daily achievements, and then your brain rewards you. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the other important information we have here is they're saying, according to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, they're saying young people between the ages of 18 and 25 are most likely to start using drugs. And I think what's interesting with the ages which they gave us, because they're saying young people between the ages of 18 and 25
Yes.
are most likely to use drugs. And I think one of the reasons which could be why most of young people between these ages of 18 and 25 are most likely to use drugs is because it's like the experimentation stage of life whereby they're trying to just like experiment to see that, okay, you know what, how does beer taste like? What if I like try drinking beer? What if I try vaping? What if I try smoking? What if I try these types of drugs? And that's actually interesting because between 18 and 25, you're not yet like fully matured. If I can say for like most young people, by the time 18 to 25, I don't think your brain is now like thinking like fully matured person. Because most of, let's say maybe because your parents are like still responsible for most of the stuff which is going on in your life. So maybe your parents are like still paying your tuition. Your parents are, you're still living with your parents. They're paying your rent. They're paying everything for you. So it's just like that stage where you have to see that, you know what, maybe if I can try taking cannabis, how is it going to like? And then it's during the time actually of trying to experiment to see, trying different things whereby they actually end up getting caught up because you just wanted to start this for fun, or just because, let's say, maybe your friends in college are doing the same thing, and you also say, you know what, let me also like try to join in. Let me try to take cannabis, and then let me see how it's going to like feel. And then you say, you know what, I think it's good. This feeling is good. I forgot about everything else. I'm just like feeling good. And then you say, you know what, let me keep doing this. Let me keep doing this. And then it's going to like end up affecting you in ways which you never imagined. Then you see that, you know what, you can no longer focus on or even a simple task without like having to take those drugs which these young people are using. And there's some types of, according to the information we have here, there are different drugs which we are given in this information. And it's like worldwide information telling us how many people in the world on an estimation are using these drugs. So we have cannabis, we have amphetamines, we have cocaine, we have MDA, which is ecstasy, which he was talking about earlier. And then we also have opioids. So what's interesting here is they're saying there are 244 million cannabis users in the world, which is by far most used drugs, according to the information we have here from the
Yeah.
United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime.
Uh-huh.
So, what is cannabis? And if like there are still young people out there, how can we tell them about why they shouldn't even like try to get themselves in this? Of course, I just hear about this stuff, but
Yeah, actually, the numbers for people that are using the cannabis,
Yes.
the opioids, the ecstasy.
okay,
So these drugs are circulating.
Mhm.
We have tested people's blood and we have found
you can
somebody
see if
was
they are.
convulsant.
Damn.
They brought them to the hospital. They are
Yes.
jacking seriously. Somebody
Yeah.
has fainted. We try to look for what was the cause of the disease, and you do not find it. You take blood samples, you make tests, you find different chemicals which are not originally in the blood. They have
Okay.
been introduced there. So in many young people, for the age that they have given from 18 to 25, just like you said, they are experimenting, they are exploring, and
Exploration.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and according to
Exploration is very dangerous.
exploration, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody is exploring. Somebody
Yeah.
Seeing.
somebody saw a friend take
Then they
alcohol,
say,
right?
let me
Somebody
also
took,
get into it.
yeah, and you saw this guy
Yeah.
going on stage, and the guy was rocking the stage.
Enjoying his
Seriously, it's like, I want to have that feeling. Let me also try it,
Yeah.
you know.
Curiosity.
And yeah, they are curious. They want to.
Curiosity killed
Yeah.
the cat.
And what are the side effects? What are the side effects of this? There are so many side effects. Your brain is actually supposed to be in normal condition. It's not supposed to have any external stimulation. For example, a chemical that is introduced to it. It is best if it actually gets those stimulations from the body itself,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
not outside. So let's say you are taking caffeine for maximum brain function, right? You are getting an external chemical to make sure that your brain functions very well. How sure are you that the next time you don't have access to that, or the next time you don't introduce that to the body, your brain is going to function to the maximum? So you see where it's getting worse. Your brain is actually becoming dependent on something introduced to it to make it sharper, to make it function. And you happen to lack it at the moment when you need it. So it's going to immediately like think, yeah, it's going to wait for another like stimulation so that it functions. So you are lowering your brain function. Your brain is now like the function is now decreasing because you are stimulating it using chemicals that you are bringing from, you are introducing to the body, which were not originally generated by the body. So you are losing your memory, right? You have started losing your memory,
Okay.
right? You are losing yourself. You are having changes like
So you're
in
saying
emotions.
it causes like memory loss.
You are losing memory, yes,
Lot.
because
So
if
it's like one of the consequences of taking
Yeah, like
cannabis.
like you
Yeah.
forget your problems.
Okay.
you forget problems, and remember, if you are forgetting only problems,
Okay.
it's not going to leave the other stuff that you stored in the brain, right?
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
It will eventually, like, it will sweep up some of the stuff. So you are losing. You are now failing to remember even your closest friend. Somebody is coming to you like, what was your name, bro? I don't remember.
Okay.
And people will start to
Scary,
look at
man.
you like somebody who is lacking your.
And what's like the interesting thing here is it's like I said, they're saying there are 244 million users of cannabis worldwide. So the question I have here is it because it's cheap or it's like easy to get access to? Because you can't tell me that there are 244 million users of cannabis. So is it because it's easy to get access to cannabis or it's because it's like cheap?
Yeah, cannabis is the other name for it is marijuana, right?
Okay.
And you have had people grow marijuana, something that the land gives you. You just need
Okay.
a piece of land.
Marijuana is weed, right?
Yeah, weed and marijuana, they are different.
So it's
yeah.
not the same thing.
It's-
Weed
yeah,
and it's not the same thing.
Yeah. So you are growing it, right? Something that you like. You just set aside your piece of land, and you obtain the seeds, or let's say the stalks, and you water it just by your by your home.
Okay.
It's not that difficult. I think the difficult part is obtaining, where is obtaining the seeds, or let's say the stalks, and then you plant it. So if you are this person who is determined to get that stimulation, you can actually grow it, and then
They
you
do
keep
it themselves.
you keep rolling it. You leave the leaves to dry, pound
Roll
it,
it,
and then you
okay.
start smoking. Right?
Okay.
Is that simple? So it's you, the person who is taking the stuff, that's supposed to realize, yes, this is not good for me. This
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah,
causing me
yeah.
to have memory loss. This one is causing me to have like waves of, let's say, mood swings, mood shifts.
Yeah.
It's causing me to lose myself. I'm fighting with friends for some reasons I'm not supposed to be
Fight
fighting
with
Don't
with.
them.
even
I'm
understand.
losing the relationship that I had with people. Why? Because I introduced the drug to myself, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
came to approach me, and I wasn't approachable. So
Mm.
you are actually limiting. You are actually reducing your circle as a social person. You yourself, your brain is not going to function to the maximum. So you will now fail to remember the business
Small
that you are
things.
doing. You are now going to fail to remember the classes that you are supposed to be taking. Come on, let's say you took it last night, and you wake up, say, at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
and classes are supposed to begin at 8 or 9:30. So you
And
have
you
you have
it's
missed,
actually
just like
going to
that.
affect you.
Yeah, it's going to affect
Okay,
you.
so one of the things which
dangerous.
he was mentioning here, like one of the consequences of taking drugs, and he said it's going to like make you forget, especially he said cannabis, like in the long term, it's going to make you forget. It's going to like result in memory loss. You're going to like lose some of the memory you have,
The important
and
Yeah.
moment.
it's going to like make you not be a good performer, especially if you're, let's say, you're still in school or you have a job or you have a business which you're running. It's going to affect your performance, like the way you're going to perform your job, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're no longer even thinking about the important stuff. Because what you now just care about is that you just have to like take the substances which you're taking. And one of the other things is which I've actually also realized is we have like different types of drugs which the young men out there are taking. They are like things which they can smoke, things which they can inhale, things which they can like inject, and some of them are even like tablets or pills which they actually like taking just to like get the effects of taking drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
the other drug here, which I'm seeing, which is like many users, they're saying amphetamines. They have like many users, and one of the other drugs which is under amphetamines is there's meth.
Yeah,
I know it.
methamphetamine. Yes. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and
Is it like ice?
it is like 30 million people.
Is it not what they call ice?
They say,
Now, ice, actually, ice is a bit different
yes,
because it is also in form of
Like
it's in
it's
form of,
like tube,
yeah, like
white.
cubic stuff. So these things actually, some of them don't reach the medication stage. You
mhm,
find that some of them are intermediates of, like, processing in the industries, and people have taken it from their intermediate stages, and then they are introducing them to their body, the methamphetamine, which we were talking about, the ecstasy.
Mm.
In English, it is MDMA, right? But they
MDMAs.
named it
Yes,
ecstasy. What is ecstasy in
it's,
simple language? Like, you're feeling
I
that.
heard it like gives you energy, like you
Yeah,
get like a lot of
yeah.
energy
So they gave it a good name.
They
from
gave it a
taking
good name.
Like
ecstasy.
That's
drugs
the
Yeah,
before.
feeling they get from it. So
Ah.
it makes you feel ecstatic. You are getting this elation, right, when you
exactly.
take it,
Oh,
and people are craving that. They want to feel that in times when they are depressed. They want to
yes.
feel that in times when they have lost their in their relationship. In time when they have lost in their when they have failed in their businesses. So this is what we talked about at the initial stages of this, and people are now getting these alternatives, which we are strongly condemning. You are not supposed to introduce these things to escape the reality. Problems are there every
Face
day.
the
Yeah,
problems,
Yeah,
yeah,
face
yeah.
the
confront
problems.
the
Yes,
problems. Don't
and
use drugs to escape.
by trying to escape from that problem, you are causing another
No
problem.
problem.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
are causing memory loss. You are
Mhm.
causing liver dysfunction. You are causing kidney failures. Your heart is probably going to fail to beat, right?
Yeah.
That's why you have cardiac arrest, myocardial infarction. You're having high blood pressure. Those are other problems that you'll have to address in the name. Where did you get them? In the name of escaping a problem that you failed to face.
Good
So
man,
in
bro.
you are failing to face a problem, and you are creating other problems,
Problems.
in short. So the the what we can talk about is that we have to face problems, and we have to solve this issue. We have to stop using this alternatives that are actually not meant for us. They are not meant for the body at the way we are using them. So if there's a problem, yeah, share it with your. We have very many ways of solving
Yeah.
problems,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So we are not supposed to take the drugs in the name of escaping from the problems.
Okay. And
Yeah.
one of the other drugs which I'm seeing it. So amphetamines, they said there are 30 million people worldwide who are using amphetamines, which is like the second most used drugs by young people under cannabis. And the other drug which we have here is cocaine. And they're saying there are like 25 million people worldwide who use cocaine. And I think there's like a sudden drop from the 244 million users who have who like use cannabis to like the 25 million people are using cocaine. So what I've noticed here is like there's been a drop in the number of people who are using cocaine. So could like one of the reasons why there's been a drop there, like let's say I don't know where these young people get this whatever drugs they take, but this one it seems like there is a reason why there's like not so much young people are using it. Could it because let's say it's not like accessible, it's not like cheap, or maybe it's like
Exactly.
expensive?
Exactly.
Because it's like from 244 million drug users to 25 million people just using this drug. So meaning there should be something that's happening why there's like a sudden drop in the number of people who are just using this drug. So what do you think is like one of the reasons why there's
Yeah,
been a drop?
cocaine is not actually accessible like the way we talked about
Okay.
cannabis, which you can grow, right? And you see the way cocaine is formulated. It is in powder form. You find it is already packed in sackets, right? And this thing is having like it is selling it. Somebody is processing it, and there is a certain amount that somebody is like demanding, which is high to meet the business that they are running. So you find that somebody who does not have the income to buy this drug, which is not important, it is not actually important. But why is it dropping? Why are the numbers dropping? It's not accessible. You have to pay to get it. But there are other alternatives that can make you high, like the one that was registering over 244 million
44
people.
million users.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Yes.
instead of going to pay like money for
The
the
expensive
cocaine,
one,
yeah,
just
you come and there's a cheaper alternative which you
yeah,
can
yeah,
use just
yeah. You get
the
size.
garden, right? Yeah. So that is that can be as well the drop in the number of people which are using it. And yes, we can say, yeah, if it is that it has been restricted, good, because we do not want it to be used. Even the one that is having the 244 million users approximate is not supposed to be used because they are not being used appropriately. They are causing problems in the society.
Okay.
244 million. These are people between the age of
So
18 to
18 to
25.
25.
People with potential, people with purpose in life. So
Yes.
if we are using this, let's say we are resorting to the drugs that you have mentioned here, people are going to lose purpose. And
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
244 million,
That's
imagine,
actually
it's
very
a big
true.
number. And we can say that the community is
It's actually
failing.
like 6% of the
Yeah.
population.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
That's
can
a
say that the
lot.
community is failing. We are losing
A
purpose
lot,
as
a
men,
lot.
isn't it?
That's
So
actually true.
yeah, we need to solve these issues. How can we solve them?
And then one of the other things I've actually like picked out from these conversations is they're like levels to or let's say drug users. They're like those people at the beginner stage, and then those people are like at the intermediate stage.
Yes.
Then they're like those people are like very, very heavy drug users. And I can't even pronounce some of the drugs which some young people are taking out there. It's like you said,
Yeah, yeah.
the drugs which they are smoking, the pills which they are taking, some of them they like inhale stuff through their nose. And on the worst case, they are actually injections.
Yeah.
I have never in my life ever. uh, This is something which I just like read through the news or read through articles to just like understand that you know what, there are people who like inject stuff into their bloodstream to like
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
a certain way. So I think people when someone decides to like inject something into their bloodstream, I don't think it's like a situation that's like easy, which they can just like decide and say, you know what, maybe I can just like start injecting heroin into my bloodstream. So I think there's like a lot of stuff that's like going on in their lives. It's like what you said in the first topic of the
Yeah,
conversation that
yeah,
there are actually certain things which lead young people to take drugs.
yeah,
But these people like end up injecting things into their bloodstream. I don't think like whatever that's going into their life, it's like easy to the point whereby they decide to start injecting. So what we were just saying is you shouldn't like try to escape the situation by using substances, by abusing
yeah,
substances, by taking drugs.
yeah,
So what we're saying, like as men, you have to confront the situation, face whatever the situation you're going through, and the best way you can go around the situation is work and find the solution, get to work, apply the solution. Because it's like we said, if you have like pending work and you're running to drugs, you're choosing to take drugs, and it's not going to like do the work for you. What
yeah,
drugs are doing is they're like reducing the stress or the anxiety or the problems you have or the stress, the depression. And then after the drugs finish, you still have pending work there, which you have to do. But
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
depression is now back.
It's now back.
And
Yeah,
then you still haven't like finished the work which is pending there. And people at work, at school, they need you to finish what you're doing. But just because you use drugs to like temporarily stop the problems you
Problem.
have,
it's,
but
it's,
after the drugs finishes,
it's a simple example. A
yes,
simple example.
mm,
You have, let's say, you have some. Let's bring it to, let's say, high school life, right,
yes,
or
Yeah.
campus life. Well, say you have a problem with this engineering question that you cannot solve,
yes,
right? It has given you headache the whole night, and you have chosen just to go over it, right? You are
yeah.
skipping it. This thing is not going to stop. It's something that you have to do. It's something that you have
You
to pass
actually have to
through.
eventually
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
confront.
have to
Yeah,
face it in order to go to the next stage, right?
yeah,
So
Mhm.
if you are actually escaping the problem
Problem.
which you are supposed to face to push you to propel you in front to the purpose that you are chasing, if you are escaping from it, there's no way around. You have to
hmm,
face it.
Mm.
you have to
Say that
face
you
it.
go to the next stage.
Next stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So trying to escape the problems is not the way to live,
Yeah,
because
that's actually true.
people have actually, we have had quotes of a life without challenges is not worth living. So when those
Exactly.
challenges come, why are we trying to run away from them? Yet it is by solving them that we become better people as the youth, as people within that range. We solve them so that we become stronger. We actually get closer to the success. So if we are trying to get a way around, which is not there, by taking the drugs, you are creating other
Other
problems,
problems.
which in the later stages will grow and you will have to solve them. So it's either you go to solve that one particular problem, or
Mhm.
you end up inviting more problems which you will need to be solved together with the one that you have actually failed to solve.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
see how the thing is getting like
Mhm.
bigger with the few bad decision making that people are taking. And actually, this is one of the effects that people are having. People who are taking drugs, they tend to decide poorly. You are deciding that you are buying, let's say, a mansion in
Mm.
that night with all your savings. That night when you are high, tomorrow you wake up and
Then
you
you
find
wake
that,
up and say, I was
Yeah.
yeah,
supposed to use
I
my
was,
savings
yeah.
for
Yeah,
So
yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
so this is not having any advantages, I can say. There's nothing we can praise the use
Yeah,
of
yeah,
It's
drugs
yeah.
just like
for.
short term excitement,
Yeah,
Yeah,
short
short-term
term.
yeah.
excitement, which is causing
Yes.
problems to actually magnify in your life,
Yeah.
problems which you should solve
Mhm.
and you go forward. So yeah, so the drugs are not supposed to be taken for for escaping the problems. They are supposed to be taken to solve the internal
Problem.
problems, like the conditions. Say fever. Yes,
Mhm.
you go and take
Mhm.
Dolo, you can take paracetamol here to get rid of the fever. Don't take cough syrup, relax. You are taking the whole of the 150
Mhm.
ml in a day, and the doctor is telling you take 5 ml 3 times a day, every 6 hours.
Then
You are
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
you
it the
choose
whole
to
day.
take more. Yeah.
When you take it the whole day, it's not it is the gradual introduction of that substance, of that drug, that is going to solve the cough, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not introducing it the whole day at once that is going to solve the drug. So you are taking it to get brain stimulation, which was not actually expected, and you are leaving the problem of cough that you are supposed to solve
Mhm.
behind.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
are creating other problems. Yeah, that is the example I was talking about like you should not go around the problems.
Yeah.
You should actually face them
Face the
Problem.
so that
problems.
you can get propelled to the other stages. Even
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
meet the problem, that same problem again in life, you remember, yes, I did this, I tackled this way, but you cannot remember that I took this drug and it solved itself. Not really. It cannot happen that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is how it is actually affecting the youth. You can see.
Okay, so this is the conversation which we're having on drugs. So one of the topics, among is one of the topics which we were talking about today, is what's like one of the reasons why there are a lot of young men out there who are choosing to take drugs, and what are some of the pressures which are leading young people to take drugs, and what are the consequences of taking
Taking drugs.
drugs, and among is the solutions which we have got from having these conversations is what we're saying to you young men who are out there. We're saying you have to face your problems, find solutions to your problems, because that's like the only way out. Because if you choose to take drugs, if you choose to like get high, inject stuff into your bloodstream, smoke things, take pews, those drugs which a lot of young men are taking out there, it's
Yeah.
just going to like stop you from thinking about the problems you have or the pressure you have, the anxiety, the depression, or the work pressure, whatever stage you're in life right now. It's going to make you forget that for just like short term, or it's
Yeah.
best a few hours.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
that, after the drug is done working, you're going to like think about the problems which you have. You're going to think that, you know what, I was smoking last night, and after I woke up in the morning, I realized that there's something which I was supposed to finish, and I still have to do this work, and I'm not yet done.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
what we're saying to you, young men who are out there, we're saying confront your problems, face your problems, and find the solutions to your problems. Because taking drugs is just for short term,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not going to help you in any way. After the drug finishes working, you're going to still have your problems. But if you choose to face your problems and work, you're going to find the solution, and you're going to fix your problems. So, this is Men with Purpose. It's been great having you on the podcast, and
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
tune in for next time.